Alright, let's dive straight into today's explainer. If you've been following the Yaenddarr Chronicles, you already know exactly how this world actively shapes its champions. But Ragna's journey? Well, it is an absolute masterclass in confronting your own internal fire. We are looking at a story that perfectly blends brutal, physical trials with some deeply emotional revelations. So here's our roadmap for the Ragna Sunclaw Awakening trial. We'll be tracking her through 5 key stages: Arrival and Solar Instinct, the Predator's Mirror, the Ancestral Trial, the Sunheart Crucible, and finally, forging the Sunfang Claws. We'll watch her move from raw combat to total emotional vulnerability, transforming from a fearful exile into a fully realized warrior.
Let's kick things off with Part 1, Arrival and Solar Instinct, in the Golden Savannah. This is where her journey really begins.
The environment here isn't just some passive backdrop, right? The Sunclaw Expanse is literally a living, breathing judge of Ragna's worth. It's a blazing savanna biome where heat, instinct, and ancestry actively shape the land to test predator bloodlines. And the second she steps foot in this place, a massive feline silhouette made of pure sunlight, the Solar Warden, steps right up to challenge her.
And immediately, we see this brutal internal conflict. On one hand, you have Ragna's human restraint. She is terrified of losing her mind, so she's actively suppressing her raw instincts while fighting the Warden. But on the flip side, her primal wildcat instincts are just screaming to be let out, that unhesitating predator power. So she's taking these massive punishing hits, totally caught in a dangerous tug of war between her civilized self and the beast.
Pushed to the absolute edge, with the Warden basically threatening to burn her alive if she holds back, she finally snaps. She roars, "Ragna, burn brighter than sun!" And boom, in this huge flash of golden light, she unleashes her molten wildcat form. We're talking fur like liquid gold, claws like sun-forged steel, and the real kicker? She doesn't lose control at all. She commands it, completely crushing that first trial.
Moving right along into Part 2, the Predator's Mirror, where she faces her true shape. For her identity trial, she enters a ring of obsidian stones. This trial is all about stripping away the noise. Step 1, she steps into the obsidian circle, and the world goes completely dead silent. Step 2, she has to battle a perfect, unhesitating mirror beast. This thing fights exactly like her, but with zero fear or restraint holding it back. Every single strike, every roar is a brutal lesson that she cannot run from her own hunger. Which brings us to Step 3, accepting the wildcat.
Pinned down to the scorching sand, Ragna has this massive breakthrough. She realizes the mirror isn't trying to kill her, it's trying to teach her. She says, "Beast, not enemy. Beast, not curse. Beast is Ragna." She finally understands that the predator inside her isn't some monster to be caged up, but her truest self. And the second she accepts that, the reflection dissolves.
Next up, Part 3, the Ancestral Trial, the Legacy of the Pride. Here, she heads into a canyon of sun-bleached stone to face the towering silhouettes of the Sunclaw ancestors.
Look at how crazy fast this escalates. At minute 1, the ancestors are straight up challenging her, accusing her of fearing her own strength. By minute 3, they summon the first Sunclaw, this massive beast made of pure solar fire, to attack her. But check out minute 5. Instead of backing down from the blistering heat, Ragna sprints straight into the flames and strikes right at the beast's core.
By piercing that core, she proves to the ancestors that she can carry the bloodline's legacy without it destroying her. She declares, "Ragna not fear fire, Ragna is fire." I mean, how incredibly cool is that? She isn't just surviving her heritage here, she is completely claiming it as her own.
But hold on a second. If she's this powerful, right? If she's this deeply attuned to her primal nature and her ancestors, why did she run away from her tribe in the first place? Think about that for a second. This is where the explainer brilliantly pivots from intense physical action straight into her deepest, most guarded vulnerabilities.
Which brings us to Part 4, the Sunheart Crucible, focused on emotion and truth. This is the heart trial, where she faces a floating sphere of solar fire.
And here is the heart-wrenching emotional reveal. This trial isn't about claws or fangs anymore. It is entirely about truth. We learn that Ragna didn't leave her home because of teenage rebellion. She left out of a desperate, heartbreaking desire to protect her family. Her hidden terror was a vision of losing control, of her claws turning red, and destroying the mother and tribe she loves so fiercely. She chose total isolation to keep them safe from the monsters she thought she'd become.
But the spirit of her mother, speaking right out of the fire, offers her this incredible reassurance. She tells Ragna, fears show worst path, not chosen path. That vision wasn't destiny, you know? It was just a manifestation of her deepest anxieties. That motherly wisdom finally allows Ragna to forgive herself, and her wildcat form curls around her heart, protecting it.
Finally, we reach Part 5, Forging the Sunfang Claws, the final ascension. With her heart totally whole, she steps up to an anvil of crystallized sunlight for her ultimate test.
Now, to birth her weapon, she isn't just hitting metal with a hammer. She literally has to plunge her bare hands into a swirling solar vortex and burn through all of her painful memories. To forge her power, she endures the emotional fire of her mother's disappointment, her tribe's fear, that haunting vision of blood, her crushing loneliness, and her unending hunger. She is literally pulling her weapon through her own trauma.
And she absolutely crushes it. As the fire tries to break her, she just swells with this massive primal energy. She refuses to yield, roaring into the white-hot flames, Ragna, burn, true. And with that, she completely shatters the vortex.
This is the true climax of her journey. She emerges holding the Sunfang Claws, these incredibly curved blades of pure solar fire that literally hum and sync with her own heartbeat. She walks out of the Sunclaw Expanse not just as a warrior, but as a fully realized creator of her own destiny. Her fire is finally her own.
So, what does this all mean for the future? Now that her internal war is won and the Sunfang Huntress is officially risen, whose path will this fierce, newly awakened predator cross next on the road to Pinebrooks? Will it be Solarin? Celestia? Maybe Glyndor? We are just going to have to wait and see. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep your curiosity burning bright.